Well, hello, it's Adaire Palmer here, and welcome to Be Live in 5. This is the show where I bring you things about Facebook that people are using it for good and not evil. And I sort of say I joke about the evil, but I might be a bit, maybe a bit sensitive at the moment to talk about some of the things that have been happening on Facebook, but we are definitely having a focus on where we use Facebook for good, and really there are amazing stories about where we can find things on Facebook that are happening, that people are connecting and building relationships and communities, and just really absolutely doing good in the community. So it's a wonderful way to do that. The other thing I'm using is the Be Live TV platform to do this, to bring this to you. Now, it's a platform which is actually a web-based platform, so it's not a program that you need to put on your desktop. It is one that just streams directly from the internet, from a Google Chrome browser. And if you are actually looking to do some live streaming, this is a wonderful platform to use. I have put some resources up the top here, so I'll just give that a little plug quickly. I've got a lovely girl, Liz Palmer, who's joining me in just a moment. She's sitting in the lobby waiting, and we'll bring her out in a moment just to have a chat with her about how we use Facebook to expand and enhance our lives. But at the moment, just look above. There's a BeLive.tv. The link will take you to the Be Live TV page, and you can just click on the sign up button, get a 14-day free trial and test it out for yourself, because it is such an amazing platform that we can do all of this sort of stuff as business people on Facebook. It really is amazing. Whether you're for profit or not for profit, doesn't matter. Really will expand what you are doing and what you're able to do. The other thing is, if you are not sure about how to do what you want to do, there is a Be Livers group. The link is also up there. So click on the Be Livers group and come over and join us. Join us in the Be Livers group. You'll get support. It's an amazing community that's growing every day. There's I think we're up to around about 3,000 people in the group now, and it's quite amazing for help and support and for building community. Tech support, of course, you'll need to go back to Be Live TV, and you can do that directly through the inbox on their page. But for any other support and ideas and connections, and just to join one of the fastest growing close-knit communities that's global, check out the Be Livers group. The other thing is, if you want a bit of help with getting up and running on Be Live TV, Stephen Healy and Tina Shang have developed a Udemy course. It is about getting yourself. It's a great course. I've been through it, and it really helped me. And it doesn't take long at all, and it's very easy to do. Again, if you have a look up there, it's a Udemy course. You can hook into that for free. And then if you would still like some more help after you've been through the course, feel free to send us a message, and we will give you a 15-minute mentoring to get you up and running. So there is a lot of support. There's a lot of encouragement for people to do things, get themselves live streaming, and to be able to connect with people in a way that we've never been able to connect before. And live streaming is absolutely, I was going to say the bee's knees. Is that the bee's knees? Is that, that's a bit of an old term, but definitely it is in my eyes, it is the bee's knees in terms of what you can do to help connect with your clients and customers, and or potential clients and customers, and build relationships. So on that note, I would like to introduce Liz Palmer. And she is, bring her into the broadcast. Liz is from the US, and she is now almost a neighbour. She lives over the hill from us. I live in Adelaide, and Liz sort of spends her time between the US and other countries. And it's great to have you back in Adelaide. So you've been away for a little while, haven't you?
Yep, I was away for about 7 weeks, and so I am happy to be back.
Yeah, that is awesome. And Liz, you've got a international team that you have for your business.
Yes, so I'm with a company called Miriam International. We're an anti-aging and wellness company, and I'm coming on my 6th anniversary with the company. And as our company has expanded, we started in America, and I joined the company 6 years ago. And then we grew into Mexico and Canada, so I started traveling to Mexico and going up to Canada. And it was just last year that they announced that we were coming to Australia. And I did have family here, came and visited, and literally fell in love with the place and fell in love with someone. And so now I'm making my home here and continuing to grow my international business here in Australia as well as around the world with the help of this amazing technology that we're using today.
It is pretty amazing, isn't it? And I think platform is one of the pieces of the jigsaw puzzle that fit together for this type of thing. It's just, I think it's absolutely amazing that we can do this, and we can really, I think what you've got is almost what you call the laptop lifestyle. So you can connect with people, stay connected.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to Bali. I have to leave the country every 3 months because I'm still just a visitor. I don't have my residency yet. So in order to leave the country, I've been going to New Zealand or choosing places that are not expensive to go to. So at the end of this month, actually, I'm going to Bali. So I rented a place with a computer, with access to internet. And I will work right from my hotel room there in Bali and continue to meet people internationally. And it is such an empowering tool for people that are friendly. You know, you really have to get out of your comfort zone and make friends and grow from where you are. But it's a perfect opportunity. And especially at my age, you know, when you're in your 6th decade, there's not a lot of opportunities to be hired at a regular job, but having the lifestyle. And, you know, Facebook has been such an empowering tool, and it's been an emotional tool as well, and it's been ups and downs, and I'm learning so much about where Facebook is headed and why Facebook, we want to keep it as our friend.
Yes, yes, I love that. We want to keep it as our friend, or we want to be friends with Facebook, because we are pretty much at the I guess at the mercy of what it does show us in the news feed, and what people are, what people choose, what they like, what their interests are. You know, there is a lot of stuff that we can perhaps fall. Well, how do I put it? We could be misguided, I think, sometimes by some of the stuff.
Well, I think I went to an amazing class last night about using social media to expand your business. And one of the things that kind of was like an eye-opener, shocking, is that Facebook knows everything about you. They know when you're on, they know what you look at, they know how long you stay looking at an ad, they know how many friends you have, they know when you scroll. We are not secret on Facebook, that's for sure. And therefore, they market directly toward us. So if you like a certain subject or a certain line of information, your feed is going to be filled with that information. So it's really directing you to the world that you like to live in. So expanding yourself out and really exploring other avenues. And so they say that the new oil is data, not because data is so powerful because they can market to us. So knowing that, and knowing your habits are recorded, and knowing what you're going to create for your business is really important to know that.
It absolutely is. And I think that one of the things that I like to, and I was also at that event last night it was actually with Kerwin Ray, and I was crewing. So, and I did see you briefly, which was awesome. But I think one of the things that with Facebook showing us what it wants us to see, and it is all based on our interests. It is all based on the people we connect with. It's based on how long we stay looking at an ad or looking at a video or a cat meme or whatever it is, what I like to suggest to people who are business owners is to choose where you go on Facebook, because and especially if you are a business on Facebook, it is really important because we do get things fed to us quite often, and well, all the time. And when we take control, when we're in the driver's seat and we choose where we go on Facebook, I think that puts the control back with us. But the other side of it, and it sounds a bit, I don't know, people sort of maybe struggle a little bit with it, because when they go, all right, well, we can use this data, the new oil, we can use this data to laser focus and laser target the people that we want to connect with. So it can make people feel a little bit uncomfortable, but I actually think if we come at it with a place of integrity and go, well, we actually really are here to help people and to enhance people's lives and to help them overcome problems, then using that data in a way that's actually going to be able to connect our solutions with their problems isn't a bad thing at all. It's something that we as marketers, or as a small bit, I wouldn't call myself a marketer, but myself as a small business owner, I would say that is a beautiful thing. So
yeah, it certainly is. And one of the other things that I learned is, well, over the last couple of months, I've done a few Facebook Lives, which I'm like many people, get a little nervous in front of a Facebook Live. But the Facebook Live that went the furthest for me was one that I did kind of off the cuff. I didn't have prepared and planned. I didn't advertise. And it got many, many views. And sometimes when I do one, it gets no views. So why do some get views and some get not? And so that was very interesting, because when we put something out there and it seems like an ad, or we're putting the same photo on and off again, and they analyze what we're doing, and they're going to show it to a certain audience and they're not going to show it to a certain audience. So when you put something on Facebook, it doesn't mean that it's going to all your friends. And that was kind of shocking to me. I thought it was like an open communication channel, but it's not. It's really something that is very well guarded by Facebook, the organization. And so you want to do the right things. And one of the things that Kerwin talked about last night is that it used to be you would try to get people's data. So you would ask them their name and their email address, and then you'd send them something. So he said last night, what we want to do is give people things. We want to give content that people want to watch, that people want to listen to. And then they will come to us, and then we can help them. Because if we're really focused on helping others, we want to give them information they can use, and then eventually create a relationship. And when that relationship is created, then we can create that connection. But we don't go out there and post a picture and say, hey, buy these bottles, you're going to look good. That doesn't work, right? It's about relationship building.
It absolutely doesn't work. And how do I know this? It's because I've done it and I have learned better. But I think that one of the things is that it's actually really important to understand that it's about the people first and about the product second. And I do work with a lot of small business owners who do promote the product, but you say, well, it's actually how is that going to benefit or give value into a person's life if they're seeing, like you said, a bottle of whatever it is. But if they are seeing somebody offering advice and support and real connections that are meaningful, they're more likely to say, oh, and what's that stuff that you've got? So people come to you rather than you sort of chasing them down and sort of crash tackling them to the ground.
Kerwin said that people are over that. That was maybe working 6 years ago, but people are over that. And that actual real content where people are watching. And the other thing that he said that really made sense is because I had posted things on my phone and then uploaded a video. And he said that Facebook likes Facebook. So when you post something, you want to use the Facebook app. You don't want to use YouTube or something else because they're not going to share it. Isn't that right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Because they say, well, that link came from the from YouTube, and no matter how good it is, they just won't show people. So yeah, creating content that's native. And the other thing, if you find some really cool videos on YouTube, you could usually find them through using the graph search on Facebook as well. So you could, generally speaking, these days, find an original on Facebook that you can share if it's not your own content. So that's something that you can do, because then even if you're sharing other people's content, because they want it to go viral, so that they want people to engage. They want, because all of us want our stuff to go viral, and we want to give it every chance. So we got to make sure that it's native to Facebook and that it is content that people want to engage in and see. So that's a really good point.
One of the things that I'm excited, of course, I'm going to be taking your Facebook class on Saturday, and I'm looking forward to that. Yay. And so I bought something on Facebook last week, and suddenly I got a message in my messenger. And I know they have added some new things, some new features, and I think that we can use those new features to create better relationships. So I'm excited to learn about how to utilize those new features, and you're going to be telling me on Saturday, right?
Chatbots. Yeah. That is, it will definitely be touching on chatbots, because there is something like with live and 360 photos or images and chatbots. There's so much that we can use, and so many resources that we've got at our disposal right now to be able to really make things exciting. And check this out. Now, this is just something really, and I was going, oh, look, squirrel. But you might not be able to see it, but the guys who have created the Live TV have actually given us some Halloween frames. And I've just popped one up from I don't think you can see it from your end, Liz, but it's like, whoa. This one is the one with spiders coming down and scurrying back up, and it's got a little ghost in the corner. And then we've got, let's see, I'll just pop the names down here. I'll hide them. So now we've got a mummy and a zombie chasing each other across the bottom of the screen. So, and I know that you, that in the US, celebrate Halloween quite, and I know it's becoming more and more prevalent in other countries in Australia now. But this is, there's your phone.
Yep.
So this is for your US friends who are, as we speak, out there trick-or-treating and having Halloween parties. So here's another frame with a couple of skeletons there. So I did get totally sidetracked there, but I had to show you them before they take them off, being it is Halloween, and you've got friends who may not be catching this show live, but will definitely be hooking in when it's when they finish their Halloween celebrations. So it is technology and the things that we can do on Facebook for connecting with people. I believe it is amazing. So and then talking about how we met. Amazing. Do you remember?
It's very funny that we both have the same last name, which is a total coincidence. But coming into a city that I had never lived before, coming to Adelaide, and suddenly, you wake up and it's like, okay, where do I go from here? Who do I know? And I found you on Meetup because you had an anti-aging group. And so I sent you a private message. That's how we started, right?
Yeah. Technology, that's right. Yeah.
I think we met just communicating via Messenger for a while. And it was several months before I met you in person. And we had already created a relationship and knew that we would be work well together. And so that was really, it goes to show you it's not just about online dating, right? It's about connection for us to have a more well-rounded life, and you've been really helpful to me in making me feel really comfortable and at home here in Adelaide. And I'm excited about more adventures as we move forward into growing our own businesses here on Facebook and in person.
Yes, I'm really looking forward to having to see what you can do, because I've so many ideas for your community and to help, like even back at Meetup, even though I think it's a complementary platform to Facebook, so we can start, like we connected there and then we came across to Facebook, and we now connect through Facebook, but that relationship, like you said, is growing, and we've done one collaborative thing together through Meetup, and now looking at actually expanding that and bringing that back to Facebook, and doing some more work in that area together, which is, I think, is really quite exciting. And
well,
you would never have done that with never.
Yeah, I have to say your idea about me becoming the Adelaide anti-aging queen, I kind of like that.
I kind of like that too.
Really understanding what it takes to age intelligently. I'm not even going to say gracefully, because, in my 6th decade and really living a great life, traveling and enjoying my life. It's no longer, remember when our parents retired in their 60s, they just pulled up a chair and would garden. And now in this time of our lives, we're out there traveling and meeting more people and growing and having great business ideas. And so I'm really excited about the future here and the future on an international platform. And you're being very helpful for me in learning about Facebook, because I do believe, I used to say, if you're not on Facebook, forget about it and get on it, because it's really important. But I do think that it can be used in the wrong way as well. Wrong content, wrong relationships. If you argue on Facebook, if you really spurt your political views and get into engagements that aren't healthy, that can really destroy your Facebook. Maybe you could talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, well, it can, and I think where we are coming from is a place of integrity, and I'd like to think that most people are in a space where they wanting to help, they wanting to be connected to other people, and not using it as a platform for spewing, racial hatred or political discord. But some people do. They do see it as their own personal platform to be able to do that. And I think we can get caught in the fallout with that, because, and I've got a little example, and I'm from a big family, and my sister, bless her, and I do love her to bits, she has slightly different religious views that I have, and and she is able to put her religious views out there. That's what the beauty of the platform is. We are free to do that, but I'm also free to not to choose to not look at it. But I think where we can come unstuck is where we take someone's view or what they say for gospel, instead of checking it out for ourselves and making up our own minds about what's true and what's right for us as individuals. Is that making sense?
Yes, it is. And it is really important. I've seen I don't get engaged in it, but boy, have I seen some nasty fights on Facebook where they'll just put it right there in the feed. One of the things that I'm passionate about is medicine, because as a nutritionist, I talk about that, and I'll see some posts that are really scary, and people are really actually hurting one another. They're taking things personally and throwing insults at one another, and that is certainly not a way to use Facebook to engage. Really, Facebook is about, if you want to have that kind of relationship with somebody, you can do it on Message, so nobody can see it, right?
Yes. Actually, that's a very, very good point. Yes.
And I think we are all going to see that the messenger is going to really empower us to create that relationship. You know, Kerwin Ray said that he now is getting thousands of people messaging him, and he like is the Facebook king. You know, he really knows what he's doing, and he is now using Messenger much more. People don't use websites and email as much as they use social media. And the messenger is a very important part of it, and creating groups. Can you talk a little bit about groups before we go? Because I think those are really powerful. And I know that Facebook is changing some of the group information.
Well, Facebook has got a focus on groups because they had a summit in June this year in Chicago, and it was about building communities. And I really, as a community, I've got a background in community development. In fact, my undergraduate degree was in social sciences, and community development was the major. And I love what Facebook are doing with the concept of groups. And it's actually about not just having a group of people together to sell to, or having a group of people together to lord over. It's actually about really they really want to get the feel of creating community. So there's about 650 million groups on Facebook, and
wow.
Yeah, and I think there's, you know, like they've had the biggest group I've seen is one that's got about 120,000 members. So, but they are all around supporting groups to do things, to connect, to communicate, to absolutely do things in the group that enhance people's lives and really make people feel connected. And I think that's the value of groups, that and having a group. I could see that there's a huge need for people who are running groups, group admins, to learn how to run their groups, so that they do become engaged communities and helpful communities and supportive communities as well. So the other thing is, with groups and with the news feed, we as individuals can choose to hide or discontinue our association with those things that make us feel uncomfortable, and it's something that we have full control over, which I think is also a benefit that Facebook has given us, so that we can, if we see that there's posts in our news feed that we find disturbing or distressing, we can hide them, or we can ask to be seen less of them. But again, that comes back to us using our own discernment and saying, is this true? Is it really true? Or how's this going to benefit my life if I dig into this sort of information? So I think there's things that we can do ourselves to keep ourselves feeling safe on Facebook, because it's a magnificent platform if it is used for good and not evil.
Yeah. Well, as I said before, I know we're finishing our time up here, but I'm very excited about the class on Saturday to learn some of the new rhythms that Facebook is coming out with and the new rules. I always feel a little behind the eight ball when it comes to Facebook, and I want to be on top of that. So I am going to be sitting there with my computer in hand and actually working while you're sharing. And hopefully all of you on my Facebook will see some improvement in my communication. So, and I just want to thank you for befriending me and working with me and making my time here in Adelaide even more special. So thank you. I really appreciate your friendship.
Oh, no. Thank you, Liz. It's been awesome, and I really enjoy hanging out with you, and I'm looking forward to hanging out with you some more. And I actually think that the potential to, you know, sort of spread the joy even further it's just endless. So thank you for jumping in and sharing your expertise, your understanding of what's happening, and asking the questions too, because that's sort of it just makes for a great conversation. I really do appreciate you. So thank you, and thank you for joining us.
Well, thanks for having me. Have a great afternoon.
You too. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
That was a lovely Liz Palmer, who joined us to talk about having an international business, and we did get to talk about some things about Facebook that I absolutely love, and which is right up my alley, and I am running a workshop on the weekend. If anyone is in Adelaide and on the eastern side, we're at Newton, and being sponsored by my tax accountant. How cool is that? It's actually at Tax Accounting Adelaide, being held at his premises. So that's a 9 till 4 workshop, and you are welcome to join me. There's about 2 seats left, I think. It's a full house, actually. Going to be very good fun. All right, so just a reminder to hook into the Be Live TV platform. You can do amazing things with it. You can see, you would have seen the Halloween frames that we put up. You can put your own frames up if you have your Be Live TV platform. Once you get that, subscribe to that. It's a free trial for 2 weeks, 14-day free trial, and then you can select a plan of where you want to go with it. But it's only about, I think it's about $15 a month for the lowest plan, which is will return you far more than what it costs you if, again, it's used wisely. It's Adaire Palmer here, and this is Be Live in 5. I will see you again next week. Bye for now.